everybody's here,
Yes.
that I do have
An audience.
an audience and I'm not just...
5 of us.
All right.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is give my presentation today on the reasons why CPAs can't advertise on mass media. There are 3 different types of firms when you look at accounting CPA firms. You have the big 3, which are the large firms, Duluth, KPMG, and I can't remember the other one. You have medium-sized firms, which are more common. They're major into major cities, big, kind of roughly between 25 to 150 different CPAs in that firm. Then you have the small mom and pop operations, which are 1 to 2, 3 to 4 CPAs that have a small little base. They really just go about that way. On slide 3, we want to start looking at why CPAs don't advertise. Well, we go back and we look. What other type of industries that we don't see? We see that lawyers, at one time we knew, didn't advertise. Doctors, for some reason, sometimes don't advertise, but some of them have started doing that recently. Then you have the CPAs who don't advertise at all. They do some print media, but not too much in that matter, not much more than that. And then the other one I was surprised to find that marketing firms, that they advertise very little. And you would think being a marketing, you would advertise much more. And they only market into print media. And we look at what is really mass media. What we're looking at there is advertising on a broad spectrum to a broad audience. So when we look at that, we see that it's kind of difficult for lawyers because since being a majority of CPAs, since being their small groups, they really don't want to go out there and buy big airtime and big channels. So they're really trying to focus locally. So they really don't do it much. In the big 3, they don't need to advertise. Companies already know them. They have a well-established relationship. They're known. Big companies are going to go and pick them. Next slide, if you look. Lawyers are a big kind of a way to judge how CPAs are going. Lawyers that I found out used to be able to advertise all the way up to 1908. 1908, the ABA, which is the American Bar Association, ruled that it was illegal they didn't want their lawyers to advertise anymore. They wanted them just to strictly go on the word of mouth. Well, back in 1976, you had these 2 lawyers who felt that they were doing pro bono work for the state. They wanted to start getting more money. They wanted to advertise the small cases. They wanted to do the easy fruit, the cases that made the most money, which was tort, divorce, civil suits. So they figured to get a lot of these cases, they needed to get advertising out. So they sued the ABA to have the right to advertise. Because at that time, the ABA said, if you advertise, we're going to take away your license. So strictly, they kind of made it feel like, well, we have to do it. So they actually forced them to change their bylaws in 1976. So right now, lawyers do advertise for tort cases, their divorce we see, and now we see lawyers advertise on